pal. Thank you, Tony Khan. Do you want to roll into the Royal Rumble preview,
Yes,
pal?
I do. Yeah. So let's start by previewing the Royal Rumble by talking about more about this Cody and CM Punk
Mm-hmm.
segment, the actual
Yeah.
dynamics and what it does, and we can talk about
Mm-hmm.
Gunther and Seth Rollins too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that first. So Seth
Mm-hmm.
Rollins, he comes out. He kicked off the show, if my memory serves
Yeah.
me correctly.
Right.
I don't know. I'm coming and going. I don't know if I'm coming and going at this point. So Seth Rollins kicks off the show. He has a knee brace on. He's got his championship with him. Everybody thinks he's gonna do like a Shawn Michaels in 1997, where he's like, "Oh, I lost my smile, Jim. I don't have any passion for this business anymore. I'm hurt, pal." But no,
Mm-hmm.
he cuts a fiery promo saying that he's gonna be ready for WrestleMania. The knee injury is not gonna stop him. Blah blah blah. Gunther comes out. Gunther essentially tells him, "Hey, you're washed, pal. I'm the now. I'm winning the Royal Rumble, and I'm gonna beat your crippled ass at WrestleMania." That's basically what Gunther says to him. So
Yeah.
we have an interesting field here in the Royal
Yeah.
Rumble. This is the
Yeah.
most unpredictable Royal Rumble. I'm glad that Gunther got interjected into the middle of the equation because he was starting to
Yeah.
feel like an afterthought. If we're being honest here, he was starting
Yeah.
to feel like an afterthought. But now Gunther's right at the forefront, along with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
And that segment with Cody and CM Punk, that got me more hyped for just about any Royal Rumble in my life.
Yeah.
The only other Royal Rumble I can remember being this hyped for is the one I went to in Miami in 2006. And I mean, I
Yeah.
was a kid and I didn't know any better, So
Yeah.
since my adolescence, I can't remember being so hyped about a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think about this Gunther and Seth Rollins segment?
Oh, I thought the segment was done really well because when Rollins comes out the way he did, I thought, oh, this is Mark Henry circa 2013. I watched that Mark Henry retirement promo where he was like crying and he had to threaten to give up, but then he was, obviously fine. It felt sort of like that, sort of like, oh, I'm going to relinquish the, no, I don't, suckers, you have to kill me to get me away, stop me from being at WrestleMania. I thought, good, this is what we need. Gunther interjecting himself in a main event segment, good. I thought his presentation was good here. He was just like, you're crippled, you're old. I haven't lost a match in like 2 years. No one can stop me. I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm going to beat you at WrestleMania. It was very upfront, very direct. Good. I like it. It was very, upfront. So it gives us an interesting dichotomy, pal. I love that word.
Yes.
Dichotomy for the Royal Rumble, pal, where Pepsi Phil just trying to main event to beat Rollins, really. Or he might try main event to face Roman, pal. You never know. You've got Cody who's trying to finish the story against Roman. You've got Gunther who's trying to establish himself as a main eventer after lasting an hour and like 10 minutes last year and losing at the end. So he's going to be a heavy hitter in this match. As well as, I mean, who else is there, pal? Do you have the Vegas betting odds, pal? Can you pull up the...
Yeah, let me pull those up. Yeah, let me pull up the...
This is a bit we do every year, pal, with the Royal Rumble. The Vegas betting odds, obviously, we always discussed in 2017. You had it was Roman Reigns is up there in the odds, AJ Styles, or just all these guys were up in the odds. And then Randy Orton at the last minute went from 10th to 1st 3 days before the event.
Ooh,
Kevin,
this is interesting. Ooh.
What are the Vegas odds?
This is interesting. Okay, so CM Punk is the overwhelming favorite. CM Punk is a minus 227. That's a pretty significant favorite for the amount of wrestlers involved here. Cody is plus 200. So, a pretty good sized underdog. The Rock is number 3 at plus 400. Gunther and then LA Knight round out the top 5. Randy Orton and Sami Zayn are the next 2 after that, and then Seth Rollins follows. So yeah, that's where I was kind of going with this. Is like the 4th player here in the wild card is The Rock. But before we get into that, though, before we touch on The Rock, I want to say this. I want to put into perspective just the hype level for this Royal Rumble. So I sent that that promo between Punk and Cody to my girlfriend because she's going with me and she's never seen wrestling. The only wrestling experience she has is that Rolling Loud in Miami a couple years ago. She was there for that. She was one of those people in Miami, an average person that's at a hip hop festival. That's like, why is there wrestling going on? Like, I asked her, like, you ever been to a wrestling show? And she's like, no, but I was at Rolling Loud and they had wrestling going on. And I was like, genuinely forgot that even happened.
Didn't they do Theory versus Rey Mysterio or something? It was so random.
No, it was Bianca Belair had a match.
Oh, that's
a tag team match, yeah. And then Otis was out there. She sent me a picture of Otis. She's like, I have a picture of this guy. Who is this guy? So I digress on that. So I said in this promo segment, I was like, look, like watch this, so you have an idea of what's going on. And she was like, oh, who's Dusty Rhodes, whatever, and I'm explaining that. And then I was like, you don't understand like how crazy this is. Like I can't tell you. I was like, since 2014, I can't tell you one Royal Rumble that had this much hype.
Yeah.
And I started like explaining some of the Royal Rumbles just objectively, like I'm talking to a normal person that knows nothing about wrestling. And I'm like, okay, 2023 was okay. It was fun, but it was predictable as hell. Everybody knew Cody was going to win. Mm-hmm. And then 2022 was so bad that Vince McMahon fired his own son for booking the 2022 Royal Rumble. 2021, Edge wins in front of no fans, in front of LCD screens and an empty arena. Cool. 2020, there was some hype there. Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar. Cool. Fine and dandy. 2019, awful Royal Rumble. And I was explaining to her Seth Rollins' gimmick. Like, Seth Rollins was Becky Lynch's man, like winning the Royal Rumble. Joke. 2018, I can't remember who won. That was Nakamura, right?
That was Nakamura. The match ended up being good, but the build was bad. Like,
yeah, it was bad. 2017, it was cool until Randy Orton won, and it was like, eh. 2016, awful. Triple H wins for no reason. And then 2014 and 15, like 2015 was so bad that citizens of Philadelphia like started a riot and booed Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The Rock was like, "What? They're booing me? Whoa, what is going on here?" Like, and then 2014, Batista got just destroyed. There was no Daniel Bryan. That whole mess we talked about already.
And then also just to do the couple before that, 2013 was the same as 2023. Everyone knew Cena would win. It was the same as when Cody came. Everyone knew Cena would win 2013 to face The Rock. Everyone knew that was what was going to happen. It was obvious. 2012, Sheamus won a bad Royal Rumble. There was no hype. 2011, Del Rio won a 40-manner. Like, it's like the last decade and a bit. There's not been much from the regard of great hype or build or investment in the men's Royal Rumble. It's just sort of been, it's happening. Enjoy. And last year, or 2 years ago, as you say, Vince fired his own son. That's how bad it was. So we get to 2024 now. We're marching into the Royal Rumble. There's 4 guys who legitimately can win this match. And most years there's only 1, maybe 2, but really 1. And this year there's 4 who have a legitimate, real shot of winning. And then obviously you got guys like the LA Knights, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, who are like, if they win it, left field curveball, not going to happen. But yeah, it's like 4 guys who legitimately can win this match. So it shapes out to be really interesting. You want to see how they go about it and what Paul Levesque does with his notepad to sort out the WrestleMania order based on this Royal Rumble. So yeah, pal, it's going to be fascinating. I guess I'll ask you now the big question, what everyone wants to know. You'll be there. Who will be winning this Royal Rumble match in St. Petersburg, the 3rd most dangerous city in Florida?
Well, pal, do you want to talk about Dwayne first? Or you want me to answer that question?
I'd love to.
Okay.
I'd love to.
Yeah. Let's finish that up before we go to predictions. Let's talk about Dwayne for a minute. So Dwayne is 3rd in the betting odds. Dwayne today was announced as a board member for the parent company of WWE and UFC, TKO. And he now got the rights back to The Rock. He fully owns the trademark of The Rock. So, pal, big news here. Dwayne The Rock Johnson's fully back in the mix. He's on ESPN this morning talking about how him and Roman Reigns are going to main event WrestleMania one day. He's still lying blatantly to our face. What are the odds that he shows up now in St. Petersburg, in the 3rd most dangerous city in Florida, in front of me, pal? Well, what's the odds that I get to cheer on Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
I'll give you my prediction for what's going to happen. Now, you can give your opinion here. I don't think Dwayne Johnson will be in the Royal Rumble match. I don't envision The Rock in the Royal Rumble because I don't think there's many ways you can do that works well, unless you have like Jimmy Uso eliminate him or something like that. What I'm going to predict is this. Fatal 4-way matches we'll get to shortly. Roman Reigns retains, The Rock confronts him after. I think that's what you're going to see. Whether that match main events or whether that goes to, I don't know. But you're going to have a Rock and Roman face-off at this Royal Rumble show. That's my prediction. That's what I see happening. Whether it happens or not, I mean, we'll see. But I don't think The Rock's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I definitely don't think The Rock's going to win it. I think if you're going to have a Rumble match with CM Punk, Cody, and realistically whether Gunther will take the next step into being a main eventer, those are the big stories. The Rock, all of a sudden, you think, oh my God, Rock. And then if Punk wins, like, that's realistically, I'm envisioning, I'm sitting here, I'm watching the Royal Rumble. I mean, you'll be there experiencing this all. Yeah, if Rock comes down any stage, all you're thinking about for the match is whether The Rock wins or loses. It's not so much about Punk winning anymore. So as far as taking the shine and the spotlight off Punk, I'm sure Punk would probably go Triple H and go, there's probably a better way you can do that besides having Dwayne steal the spotlight from me like happened in 2013. There's a better way of doing it, isn't there, Paul? And then, they're probably like, yeah, have Rock confront Roman. So that's my prediction. What do you think?
Just the idea of a spectacle in a Final Four being CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, The Rock, and Gunther. The idea of that, just on paper, witnessing that, me being there, viewing that, it's very intriguing.
Yes.
That would be very cool. Now, obviously, there's so much more political chess to it, as you shed some light on. There's a lot more political chess involved there. I do think it'd be funny, just like you have The Rock come out, and he takes one for the team. He basically gives Phil back his, he lets Phil get his lick back, and he's like, oh, you can throw me out of the Royal Rumble, pal. You can main event on my back, pal. And then they do some silly thing where Nick Aldis is like, oh, The Rock came in second. Okay, he gets a title match too. So Punk chooses Rollins, Rock faces Roman. You know what I mean? Like they do something like that. It'd be funny, but just the idea of like Rock just giving Punk his lick back for coming in and stealing Punk's thunder. Then Punk in his promo told Cody like, I'm here. I'm a bigger star, pal. I'm taking the thunder from you. It's just kind of funny now. Punk is like The Rock in this situation. It's funny how history repeats itself. So now my prediction, it's CM Punk. CM Punk's gonna win the Royal Rumble. I don't think there's any other outcome. I don't see it any other way. Now, will they make you think that it's not gonna happen? They might do something like that where Gunther comes in and lays out Punk, just beats his ass, and then like 5 wrestlers eliminate Gunther and like Punk's out, down and out, like selling his leg or something. They could try to really make you think that it's not going to happen. Like, I would hate for this to play out the way that last year's Royal Rumble played out, where it's like, oh, Punk is here at 29. Okay, cool. Punk eliminates, high knee, bulldog, kick to the gut, eliminates everybody, go home. Go ahead.
But I want to see just some like creative or something for like the booking of this match. Whether the easy thing to do is you have one guy who's like one of the favorites starts at 1 or 2, lasts an hour, and then the guy who's probably going to win, who's the other like favorite, comes in 29 and just wins. That's sort of like the format. I want to see something fresh. I don't know what that looks like, whether someone comes in at 12 on the favorites and there's like an injury angle or there's like a beatdown angle, and then they're collapsed dead at ringside, or like look what they did in 2001, pal, with all the drama and the chaos that ensued in that match, which is what made it so legendary, and the booking, and Austin's there and there's a beatdown, he's bloodied and he gets in, like that sort of thing. I hope they can do something similar. Hopefully they don't Gunther last like an hour and 15 minutes again. Hopefully if they're going to have anyone last an hour, it has to be Cody. Have Cody a segment at the start of the show. You're getting your Royal Rumble number. He looks at it and goes, "Oh, F." And he almost like throws the ball on the ground and goes, "Oh, I guess I have to finish my story from number 2 then." And he just says it. He's like, brilliant, fantastic. And then he glares at Paul Heyman and is like, Paul Heyman's tampered with the bowl or something. Like, do a segment like that. Like the Roman Reigns and the Bloodlines orchestrated Cody's rigged numbers, pal. I don't know. Pal, my predictions. I got a few predictions for the men's Rumble, then we can move on. So surprise entrances. I've got a few predictions. Some people saying Hogan is a surprise prediction.
Oh,
No.
Yeah. Was that did he actually say that? He actually appeared on Raw? Was that like a fever dream? Like I saw that this morning. That's not real, right? That's not real. Hulk Hogan didn't appear on Raw and say he has one more match left in him. That's not real. No, there's no way Terry Bollea just did that.
My predictions are who I do see in it. I see RVD. I think Rob Van Dam will do an appearance, and I think Shawn Michaels will do an appearance here. I think they're going to do, I can picture something where Michaels comes down, he does like a face-off with Punk, and then maybe Carmelo Hayes eliminates him, or they do just something short for a few minutes with Shawn Michaels, because he's like the 7th greatest wrestler of all time. He runs NXT. There's stories with a bunch of guys here. I think that'd be pretty cool. He's always backstage at these shows, pal. He's literally sitting in Gorilla. So I think that'd be good. I'd be down for that.
Do you see a Vince McMahon appearance at this year's Royal Rumble?
In what way? With the headset on backstage?
No, in the Royal Rumble match. We get a jacked Vince McMahon marching down to the ring, taking a stunner from Austin Theory.
Would he be able to get into the ring without tearing anything? Maybe. Anyway, this being said, the other prediction, I think Rhea Ripley will be in the men's one. That's just going to be a spectacle thing. Orton or RKO, they'll do like a Nia Jax circa 2019 spot with that. You'll have a couple of people on Twitter who've never been outside go, "Oh, he Randy Orton RKO'd, he attacked a woman." And then everyone will be like, bro, Rhea Ripley beats up men every week. It's fine. So there'll be that. I think that'll be a spectacle. That'll be good. Brock Lesnar, he'll probably be in this, I picture.
Yes.
Lesnar will run down at some stage. I imagine he'll have the face off with Gunther. Probably Gunther will eliminate him, and then Brock will eliminate Gunther. Something like that. They'll do something to set that match up, I'd imagine, which is going to get a lot of people hyped and excited. I think Austin Theory throws out Grayson Waller. They tease that they're going to start beef with them two on SmackDown. The Theory was like, you what? And Grayson Waller's like, mate, lad. No, and then they're teasing friction. So one of them throwing each other out. That's going to be exciting for me and about no one else. And I think Jay and Jimmy Uso are going to come in around the same point and maybe throw each other out to set up WrestleMania. So, yeah, those are my predictions, pal. Final two of Cody and Punk. There you go.
Yeah, and then Punk wins. Okay, pal. Yeah. Let's talk about this Fatal 4-Way match. We've already talked about this a ton, so I'll make this quick. Roman Reigns versus Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knight. Roman Reigns wins.
Yep.
Yeah, Roman Reigns wins via some sort of interference from Solo Sikoa, a fourth cousin, a fifth cousin, maybe The Rock. The Rock's music hits, and LA Knight's like, Dwayne is here. And then Roman spears him. And I don't know what's going to happen. On the real, I do think we'll see some sort of tease with Solo Sikoa. Roman's going to be like, give me a chair, boy. And Solo's going to be like, Jack. We'll see something like that, maybe. I don't know. I'm not really sure what to make of this match. It's going to be fun. It'll be good, but then it's going to devolve into interference and help from Roman and this badass heel that needs all this help and The Rock's music. Oh, Dwayne is here, pal. Oh, Randy Orton, this guy that RKO's women is like, music distracted me. So, yeah, I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah, they'll probably do some angle where like they'll play The Rock's music and they'll have Heyman and the Bloodline, or like they'll all be trying to work on their cheating. The Rock's music will hit. Heyman will do his like exacerbated Heyman face. He'll be like as if he's never seen The Rock in his life. Like Heyman will be like sobbing, crying. I think it's all a ruse. The Rock, like the Bloodline played Rock's music to distract LA Knight because LA Knight's a Rock fan, and then all these other legendary wrestlers besides LA Knight, Randy Orton, who's been in the business 25 years. AJ Styles has been around since 1998. They'll just be like, and then you'll have like the referee will be like down, dead on the ground after like a Samoan spike. And like Roman Reigns demolishing them with chairs. And the crowd will be booing, and you'll be there like, bro, what am I watching? Yeah. Your girlfriend will be there like, what is going on? And you'll be like, I'll explain it later. There's too much to discuss here. And then you'll have Roman Reigns cheat to win. He'll be like crying as he locks, Randy Orton in a guillotine, and the referee like rings the bell. And pal, so I love that. What you hinted at, pal. Solo Sikoa, is he going to become Cena, pal? We're going to have Solo Sikoa cutting promos. I love the military, hustle, loyalty, respect. I'm in the Marines Nation. Like, is Solo Sikoa's gimmick going to be that he's Cena?
Yeah.
And he comes out in his jean shorts, pal. I love children of the kid. I love everybody's the nation. Make a wish. Hustle, loyalty, respects the nation. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the nation.
Yeah. He's gonna look at Roman like, Jack. This is like John Cena in a creative meeting in 2010 where he told Vince McMahon he's not putting over Wade Barrett. I'm not giving you that steel chair, Roman.
Yeah, like you gotta say, and it's like 20 minutes into this match, all the wrestlers are like dead on the ground. Roman's got his hair everywhere. He's crawling in the middle of the ring, trying to grab this chair. Sikoa like stomps on the chair, picks up a microphone, and cuts the Jack and the Beanstalk promo on Roman Reigns. He's like, Jack, you ain't climbing that beanstalk. Get up yo, stop, Jack. Heyman's like sobbing. Yeah, they get a camera shot of Heyman, legitimate tears coming down. He's like, my tribal chief. And you're there like, I don't know what's going on here. I can't explain this. It's okay. You saw The Rock 20 minutes ago. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Yeah, there's Randy Orton doing an RKO. Look at that. Focus on that.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Jacob Fatu comes out with a bag of popcorn. You got Jacob Fatu with a hoodie on, a bag of popcorn, throws the popcorn in AJ Styles' face.
Yep.
Oh my God, Jacob Fatu's in the impact zone, pal. Go ahead.
Oh my, pal, is that a Samoan in a black hood, pal? Wow, really exciting. Like the Hogan leg drop was a better way of ending matches. At least that was clean. And that was predictable, but it was clean. This is just, is there going to be another Samoan in a hoodie, pal? John Y retains through cheating. We won't see him wrestle for another 3 months, maybe 6 months. Like, ridiculous.
Well, at least we'll get to watch Roman versus Karrion Kross at a random pay-per-view in September.
Correct. Yeah. As the Twitter accounts, Roman, my tribal chief, literally their account names. The Roman matches we need in 2024. Roman versus Lashley. Roman versus Cross. No one needs that. Stop that. Play that in 2K. Kevin, let's move on.
Please. Okay, so then we have Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. Assuming we'll get a Kevin Owens interview on Impulsive, drop a couple days after, presumably. This match would be good. Kevin Owens is a workhorse. Sorry, he's a workhorse, top 30 wrestler of 2023. He's in the mix, pal. He's one of the best in the biz. Yep. Logan Paul is great. He does everything that you want to see from someone that with his experience. He really gets it. Natural heel. This match will be fun. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if we're going to see any craziness like we saw with him and Ricochet. With Logan Paul and Ricochet, I should say. But this will be fun. It's a good use of Logan Paul and his status to elevate the United States Championship.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're using Logan Paul as like one of the big draw cards for Elimination Chamber. Like they're showing Logan Paul highlights. Logan Paul will be at Elimination Chamber in Perth, and I'll be there booing him, yelling obscenities from my seat. So that'll be fun.
You gonna buy a bottle of Prime, pal?
No thanks. I don't need to pay $5 Australian for something that tastes like cough medicine. No, thank you. So there's that. That being said, pal, the match will be really good, I think. As we're breaking this down, the card shakes out really well. As long as it stays 4 matches. I mean, we're not getting like Bronson Reed, Jey Uso thrown on like the undercard or anything like that. How it's shaping out here, this will be really good. It should get about 15 minutes. I think that's fair. Definitely over 10. Shouldn't go above 20. About 15, 12 to 15 is a sweet spot. This will be fun. You know, Kevin Owens, Mr. Reliable, Logan Paul. It's always a spectacle when he wrestles. So Logan will retain, pal. He's being marketed like one of the big stars for Elimination Chamber, pal. As I'm in Perth getting attacked by kangaroos watching the WWE, pal. So be blistering.
Love that. Yeah. So Logan Paul wins this, right? Logan Paul wins by hook or by crook, pal, or does he get a clean victory?
No, Logan Paul will win with cheating. I think both champions on the show retain through absolute BS and cheating.
Jacob Fatu is going to help him out too.
Yeah, you'll have a gang of hooded Samoans, and you'll have like Paul Heyman backstage on the phone crying. I'm like, you think Roman Reigns would be watching the show? He's only the champion of it. Why does Paul Heyman have to call him? Roman's watching the show, isn't he? I guess Roman doesn't even watch WWE, which is hilarious. So anyway, whatever. Now, that being said, we'll transition to the final match here with the Women's Royal Rumble. For this, I want to play a little game for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna drop a name, and you're gonna tell me whether they're gonna be in this match. Okay?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
AJ Lee.
No.
Sasha Banks.
No.
Jade Cargill.
Yes.
Okay. Those are really the main 3 I think people are most sort of interested in as far as this match. The rest of them, you know, if we see another leader appearance, who cares at this point? It's 2024. We've seen her have like 3 return runs now. We see Trish again. It's like, okay, we've seen her a lot recently. That sort of thing, it's a bit played out. If we see some legends, pal, if we see, who's the woman who comes out like every year? There's always Molly Holly.
Beth
like
Phoenix.
Someone like that. Yeah, like Peyton Royce, pal, who you infamously said, who the hell's Peyton Royce? Game.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, I was like, pal, number 11 was Peyton Royce. You're like, who the hell? And but yeah, I think this match really, the main interest I have is what they're going to do. Is Bayley going to win? Is really the big question here. She seems like the odds-on favorite. From the Raw point of view, I don't know who you could have. I mean, Becky Lynch, I guess, is the option.
Let's check this.
Becky and Bayley will be the favorites, you'd imagine. Let's
Bayley is a favorite, yes. Becky Lynch is a distant second. She's tied with Jade Cargill. They're both distant seconds. Bayley is in minus odds. She's minus 125. Becky and Jade Cargill are plus 400. So,
sorry, I'll just go ahead real quick.
Yeah, go.
On that, of course, everyone's thinking, oh, well, Bayley wins, then she faces the members of Damage Control, like faces Io Sky in the match. That's a great story. That's probably what Paul Levesque's going to do. I say, wouldn't it be more interesting if you have Damage Control, so Io Sky, Asuka, Dakota, one of them cost Bayley the Royal Rumble, and then you can really sever the friction, as opposed to Bayley running out. I won the Rumble, guys. Who am I going to challenge? Io, you have a championship. We're going to have a match at WrestleMania. Like that's like, okay. I mean, it'll end up at the same match anyway, but as far as how you want to do it, you're better off having Asuka and they're all down ringside, they're cheering on Bayley, and then something happens where they cost Bayley, and then everyone's like, oh my God, the favorite's gone. And then that makes the Rumble match more interesting, I think. So, that's just my prediction. I don't think Bayley just being the favorite and winning is going to be that good, personally. So, there you have it.
Sasha Banks is plus 500. She has the fourth best odds to win this. Okay. I do think it's more likely that we see her versus AJ Lee. I think Jade Cargill, 100% Jade Cargill's making her debut. I don't know if she's wrestled or anything in NXT, but she's making her pay-per-view debut at the minimum at the Royal Rumble. AJ Lee, I don't see that at all. I think she's...
You don't even see a surprise return. She runs down for 5 minutes. I can see that.
She's not even here on the odds. Like, they have like 50 women named.
Because they're the odds to win. Because they're the odds to win the match. This isn't to win the match. Like this is.
They have Carmella here. Carmella's like plus 10,000, and Tamina Snuka. They don't even have. AJ Lee has no representation here.
Tamina Snuka. Yeah, she'll run down, pal. Oh my God, the legendary Tamina Snuka, pal. Will she be appearing later on to cost LA Knight the fatal 4-way, pal? Like it's gonna be blistering.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have Charlotte Flair. Even Charlotte Flair has odds here, and she tore ACL like 3 weeks ago in a legitimate botch.
Wouldn't that be a legacy-defining moment? Charlotte, like, allegedly tears her ACL, and she comes down, like, Cena in 08. And, like, imagine... That's how you get Charlotte over. It's like entry number 30. You got the contest. Who can it be? Who can it be? Dun, 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 dun. It's Charlotte! John! And, like, Charlotte runs down, 100% healthy, throws everyone out, and wins the Rumble. Like, it'll be legendary.
I'm going home, pal. I'm going home if that happens. I'm not even going to stay to see The Rock confront Roman Reigns. I'm going home, pal.
Wouldn't that be hilarious? But yeah, I think AJ Lee. I predict AJ Lee will make like a 5-minute appearance. I think if Sasha's there, that's the big story of this match.
You think she'll be there?
I think no. I think Charlotte. I think Sasha shows up the next night on Raw. I think it's like a bait and switch. It's like oh well, Sasha didn't show up. She's not going to be here for this WrestleMania. She wasn't at the Rumble. On Raw, she comes out. Oh my God! And it's like a shock. I think that's how they do it, personally. But.
Yeah, she's going to come out and shake Triple H's hand, pal, and thank him for the opportunity. But yeah, so Bayley wins.
Gone.
Yeah, so Bayley wins, and then, kind of like what you said. Oh, we're going to have a match. Yeah. Okay, Io, let's wrestle.
That's boring. I'm sorry to cut you off. That's boring. There's better ways you can do that. Have some, like, politically charged rig job. You get to, like, number 30. All the women are in the ring. Bayley's there. She's like, damage control, get in here. Throw him out for me. Throw him out. Well, you can picture this happening. You have, like, as Asuka, Dakota jumps in the ring. You've got, Kairi Sane. They're all jumping in the ring. They're tossing out these random nobody women, the ones who are never going to win. They're throwing out, like, Natalia. They're throwing out Peyton Royce, pal. All these women. Bayley's like, I'm going to win. She's, like, looking at the WrestleMania sign. I'm going to go to there. And then she gets thrown out by one of them. And then Bayley's like, what the hell? And then she, like, is fuming. Something like that. She's literally pointing at the sign, like, I'm going to go to there. I'm going to go to WrestleMania. And then one, like, Asuka throws her out or something. Yes. Like, it'd be a shock. It'd be great.
Oh, I would love that.
Please do that as opposed to, Bayley wins, pal. Oh, wow. Oh, that's boring. Right. So,
yeah, there you go. Then if Becky were to win, she's going to face Rhea Ripley. That'll be fun.
Yes. The biggest women's wrestling match maybe ever. That match. That's
Becky. I guess the argument against her is that Becky doesn't need another Royal Rumble victory, right? That would be the argument. Give it to Bayley, but let somebody else get some shine. I think if Sasha Banks is there, I think you gotta have Sasha Banks win at that point. Like what, she's gonna return, and then what, she gets clotheslined out by Jade Cargill, and Jade Cargill's like, yeah, bitch. Like what are you?
That's how they do it as well. They literally do that. Like, you can visualize that happening. She's like, yeah, bitch, and she's like, throw her out, and Sasha Banks is on the ground. Like, they do the up close camera shot where she's like that, and Jade Cargill's yelling at her, and like, you can visualize that. Like,
right,
definitely.
Yeah. What about Okada, pal? Is Okada gonna be here?
What, in the women's one?
No, it's just in general. Is he gonna be in the men's Royal Rumble?
Well, I mean, that'd be the big story, wouldn't it? One of them, if that happened, that'd be groundbreaking, pal. He could. I mean, reports are he's WWE bound, which maybe Okada's agent leaked that to Dave Meltzer so that Tony Khan could offer another $2 million more, potentially. Who knows? But do we see Okada? I'm going to say no. Happily, we'll be proven wrong on that one. It would help for the spectacle, pal. You could be sitting there with your partner, pal, explaining, "Yep, he's famous in Japan, pal. He's famous in Japan."
You'll see the meme of like that guy talking to the girl at the baseball game, and she's like, "Save me" to the camera. Like yeah, that'd be me explaining Okada.
Yeah, you're like, pal, did you know 7 years ago he wrestled Kenny Omega?
Yeah, 60-minute long match on NJPW. I watched that at 5 a.m., pal.
But yeah, you can be like, I signed up to New Japan World and entered my credit card details in Japanese to watch him 7 years ago, pal, against Kenny Omega. Like,
pal, go ahead.
I couldn't even go. I tried to go New Japan World and it was in Japanese. I was like, what the hell? What do I do here?
Yeah, you gotta have the English translator, pal.
I'm not downloading a Chrome extension to try and watch Japanese wrestling at 4 a.m. I'm not about that life, pal. Anyway.
So we'll not that we judge anyone that does that, and more power to you. So will John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. be here in the men's Royal Rumble match?
What, Solo Sikoa?
Huh? No, the actual John Felix Anthony Cena Jr. Dom from Fast and Furious, pal. Dom's brother.
Yeah, pal. This has to be our new bit. The Solo Sikoa is just Cena. Like Solo Sikoa is just Cena now. Little John Felix Anthony Cena there, the one who slept with a 280-pound model in 2000, or not even model, just a fat woman in 2006 for lols, and then talked about on Howard Stern. That's Cena. Will he be there? I'm going to say no. Cena is legitimately, realistically retired, pal. Cena, as we know, Kevin, was crying. He put his armband in the ring. The Saudi prince was there. Bye-bye, Cena. Bye. Cena, was crying. He was waving to the fans. We will not see John Felix Anthony Cena. Pal, the strikes are over. Cena's off filming movies, pal. It's blistering.
What about Bad Bunny?
Yes. I think there's an appearance. I think that's a surprise. Bad Bunny.
Oh, that'd be great. I'd love to see that. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see Cena. I do think Bad Bunny's a shoo-in. Any celebrities? You think we'll see I don't know, Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart will be here, pal. Getting in the ring, getting thrown out in 3 seconds by Gunther. Gunther just chops him as hard as he can, and Kevin Hart goes flying over the top rope.
Well, pal, they need to set up the Embiid versus Omos match at WrestleMania somehow. Right. The two 7-for-1 African giants. They need to set that up somehow. So maybe you have Omos is there and Embiid after dropping 70 last night on the greatest draft prospect since LeBron James, Victor Wembanyama. After dropping 70, Embiid shows up at the Royal Rumble. You got Omos in the ring. Omos eliminates 15 superstars. Embiid walks down and he just throws him out and draws a foul in the process, pal. That'd be fantastic.
So any celebrities you think?
Being real here, not really. I think this match, as we've seen with the entrance already, Akira Tozawa is already a named entrant. So people like that are more likely, full-time wrestlers who don't have that much style power, are more likely than a lot of big-time celebrities. I think Bad Bunny, yes. I think Shawn Michaels, I think RVD, and that's about it. That's my predictions. We'll see how we go.
All right, pal.
And Rhea Ripley. Yep.
All right, so this has been our preview for the 2024 Royal Rumble. I can't wait, bro. I'm so excited. I'm leaving Friday, making the drive, making the haul up to St. Petersburg. It's about a 3.5-hour drive.
Yep.
I'm so looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a hell of a show. I'm glad that the one Royal Rumble that's in Florida is the best Royal Rumble since God knows what. This is gonna be an awesome show. I can't wait. It should be at least a solid 8.5 out of 10. Yeah. We'll see if any other matches get announced between now and then. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we'll have a women's title match. Maybe Rhea Ripley will squash some jobber pal that Shawn Michaels employed 6 months ago in NXT.
Yeah. I think you'll have also with the women's one, someone like Cora Jade will last 40 minutes, have a star making
She just tore her ACL, so she's out.
Okay, Tiffany Stratton. Sorry. Someone will have a big star performance. Realistically, Kevin, even if this show goes the most predictable outcome where Roman wins a cheating-filled 20-minute fatal 4-way, you have CM Punk just wins the Rumble, Bailey just wins the women's one, and then Logan Paul wins through cheating. Even if it's the most predictable version of this show, it should still be an 8 out of 10. That's not to include if they do the shocking swerves or just things they can do. If they take the show to the max, this could be a 9 out of 10 show, and you'll be there, pal. And Kevin, just to build on that, I'll be watching this show intently because it's all about me and what I want. This is all about what Paul Levesque gives me for Elimination Chamber. All I care about is what I get to see, what I get to be in the stadium for, and with 85,000 people at Optus Stadium, pal. It's about me and what I want.
Well, you'll see me on the screen when I'm explaining to my girlfriend the importance of Okada and how I watch Japanese wrestling at 5 a.m. And you'll see us on the screen when she's like giving me the dirtiest look, like, oh.
Yeah. What you watch Japanese men roll around at 4 a.m. You're sorry? Is this something I didn't know about? Kevin? Kevin? Not shaming anyone who does love that, but just throwing the general thing out there, just saying that.
Like she's Tony Khan, she's gonna be like, Kevin, Twitter.
And then we'll make a thumbnail which you made, another meltdown, question mark. And you got like Jinder Mahal on Roid Rage in the thumbnail. Anyway, it's going to be powerful, pal. It's going to be a great Royal Rumble. Paul Levesque, he must be at the stove. Just don't give us a predictable Bailey and CM Punk Rumble wins and Roman just winning without a Rock appearance. Just give us something else and we'll be good to go. Even if they win, make it fun. Make it unpredictable, interesting, juicy, fresh, spicy, blistering, pulsating. Make it all the above, pal.
Love it. All right, pal. Peace.
Peace.